My second Facebook Live for the Profile Your Business course. If you want more information about the course, it's at profileyourbusiness.ca. Basically, I'm showing people how to profile their business. Now, today being the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, we're seeing a lot of individual profiles all over the place. Thank goodness of people who were victims, people who were survivors, people. I mean, I'm so glad that this issue is being getting the attention that it deserves. So I thought because of all that, I would focus on nonprofits because clearly nonprofits focus on doing profiles of the individuals who use their services or who need their services. That is the most typical profile. So why would they want to profile their business as well? Because if you don't give an idea of what your bigger purpose is, what your business is trying to do, then you can't actually help the people that you're meant to serve. So to emphasize this, I thought I would go back to a profile that I did quite a long time ago on DepanneurSylvestre. This is a new, well, at the time it was really a new kind of dépanneur. When they first opened, I think they opened 17 years ago in Ottawa. And they opened as a nonprofit dépanneur. So instead of having the typical basically big industrial food everywhere, what they did is they set up a Sunday brunch, and they set up the farmers market, and they invited people to come. If you were locals and you had a product to sell, then you could come and sell it at the dépanneur. Now they still had a lot of typical friperie things and dépanneur type goods, because they wanted, if you wanted to go in and grab a snack, they wanted to make sure that you could get what you wanted. But their big idea was to create a gathering place for the community, an inexpensive place where people could go and hang out. So I did a story on them, and this was a really interesting profile because I did it. The story was for a Dépanneur magazine. So that particular magazine was all interested about the business side of how this business ran. And so they couldn't focus on the nonprofit side. And it was actually very hard for them to answer some of my questions because they were so used to profiling on the people that they were providing services to that they very rarely talked about what they actually were as a business. And the way that I started it, I started entering Dépanneur Sylvestre feels like walking into someone's home. People of all types eat at tables, chat in groups near the entrance, or read on the couch next to a bookcase in the corner. Up to 3 people sit at the window staring at computer screens. Now, newcomers who hesitate are approached by employees for friendly greetings, explanations about the activity underway, or directions to an appropriate area depending on what they need. Basically, the whole concept of this place was almost like a cafe rather than a dépanneur. At the same time, they had the cash counter, they had cookie and chocolate stand, they had organic and fair trade coffee, they had juice and beverages. Everything that you might want to get at a dépanneur was there somewhere. A lot more healthy snacks than a typical dépanneur, but you know, they had crackers and chips and dried fruits and vegetables and milk and produce, and basically there wasn't such, if you were going for a dépanneur, you would get what you wanted at this place. It was really fun actually creating a profile of them, because thinking about taking what they usually did and turning it on its end really helped emphasize what their purpose was and what they were different. Now, there's several different kinds of organizations now doing this kind of thing. Dual purposes is a lot more popular now than it was then. We've got a local zero waste place that's really just trying to show people how you can consume differently. We've got a lot of places combine bigger purposes within traditional businesses these days. But at the time, it was really, really new, and it was really, really fun to ask them basically to define what they did the way a normal business would instead of the way the nonprofit was. And so for business owners, what I would encourage you to do is to look at your business the way a nonprofit would. Well, if you run a nonprofit, obviously you can do the same thing because you're probably focusing quite a lot on your customers and the people who need your services. Just spend a couple of hours looking at how you are as an actual business. How do you make your money? What is your purpose? How do you satisfy your shareholders? Even if your shareholders, the people who are paying the funds, are your foundations, your employees, the people who pay for all of your programs, the government, they are all like a traditional shareholder in your business if you're a nonprofit. And so I just encourage you to basically turn it on the end and consider your profile the way a different kind of business would consider your profile. So that's my tip of the day, and I hope you're enjoying the videos, and let me know if you have any comments below. Take care. Bye. Oh, hi, Celine. How are you doing? It's really fun seeing people wave at the bottom. I'm doing this on my phone, so I don't see all of the comments. So if there are more, I'll go and answer them later. But thanks for your interest, and I hope that I gave you some ideas about profiling your business in a different way. Talk to you soon. Bye.